Welcome to the video. I'm CuddlyJay. This is 7 things in Battlefront 1 Classic that you forgot about. If you missed the first episode, I'll put that episode at the end of this video and in the description for you to check out. Oh, and by the way, if you are a veteran player, you might know all 7 of these things, but if you didn't know at least one of these things, or forgot about any of them, please let me know in the comments below. So let's get straight into this, shall we? For the first thing in Battlefront 1 Classic that you didn't know, or you might have forgotten about, is the one which I totally forgot about myself until I recently jumped back into the game, and that is the Orbital Strikes. Yes, that's right, you can actually do Orbital Strikes in Battlefront 1 Classic, and I totally forgot about this feature until I saw it again. I remember loving this feature when I was a younger lad back in the day, and if you didn't know this or forgot about it, that it's in the game, please let me know in the comments below, because I just totally forgot about it, and then when I went to do it in game, I just remembered. It all came back like I just played it yesterday. Now, to call in an Orbital Strike, it's rather easy. All you need to do is choose the Sniper class and switch your secondary over to the Recon Droid. Once you've done this, summon the Recon Droid right in front of you, and then fly it to the position that you want the Orbital Strike to hit. Mark this position with the Recon Droid's ability, and then watch as an Orbital Strike hits all your enemies in this area. It's really cool, and to see this in-game is so badass. I just remember when I was a young lad, calling these Orbital Strikes in and feeling like a total badass, and I thought it was just so cool because these were definitely getting shot down from outer space into the map, which was just so cool for a young lad to experience. It was super overpowered, and honestly, I had a lot of fun with this. And just to clarify, whenever you hit that ability, the Orbital Strike will hit wherever your Recon Droid is. So position your Recon Droid exactly where you want that Orbital Strike to hit. The second thing in Battlefront 1 Classic is the ability to go prone. This doesn't sound like something crazy, right? But in all of the Star Wars Battlefront games, this is the only one that allows you to go prone, and it was in the original game. It actually did add a bit of difficulty to the game as enemies went prone and they were sometimes harder to shoot at them. The same goes for you, making it harder for them to hit you with their blasters and other weapons. I honestly do enjoy prone in this game a lot. I forgot that it was the only one that had this. For example, the Battlefront 2 Classic from 2005, they didn't have prone in that game. And now, another cool useless fact, if you go prone in some areas of different maps, you actually also slide down the hills, which is kind of funny. For our third one, we will be looking at the map Kashyyyk Islands. If we go into this version of the game on PC, it's actually around morning, dusk time within the map. Now, if you go on to the PS2 version, and I believe the Xbox version of this game as well, you'll actually be in a darker map as it was set during nighttime. This is a simple screenshot I was able to find for this, and I no longer have my original copy of Battlefront 1 on the PS2, so I was unable to go there myself. But I did always remember this map being super dark and absolutely hating it back on the PS2, but with a bit of light it does help the map out a little bit and makes it a bit better than it originally was. This map's alright. For our next one, did you know that Jabba's Palace in the original game was the only map in the entire game that had automated functioning doors that would open when you approached them and shut when you went away from them? No other map in the original copies of this game had automated doors. This was the only one for Battlefront 1 Classic. For our fifth thing you might have forgotten about was the Renar Harbor map. The buildings on this map actually have explorable 2 floors with stairs inside of them, which is very cool. You can also, if you have a jetpack, go on top of some of the buildings on this map to explore and get a good vantage point. I always enjoyed this about this map because I know, it just felt always nice to be able to go on top of some of these buildings with your jetpack and, push the boundaries. But if you go to the one side of the map at the back of spawn, you can actually explore this area as well. It has 2 entry points with staircases that go up to the 2nd floor. This is explorable, and you can of course shoot from this location. Some say this resembles the Halo 3 map Avalanche. Let me know in the comments below what you think about that. Alright, for number 6, and you might have never noticed this before, all of the blaster pistols in the secondary slot for the clone troopers are actually one-handed DC-15As, which is really cool indeed. You're running around one-handing these bad boys. But if you choose the jet trooper, it tells us he has a commando pistol. The only 2 differences for this one is the name, which instead of blaster pistol, it's called a commando pistol, and the fire rate is increased. This one shoots a lot faster than the other blaster pistols, but it still looks like a DC-15A, meaning it must just be a custom DC-15A with a faster fire rate for the jet troopers. For our last thing that you might have forgotten about in the original Star Wars Battlefront game is the reinforcements. If there are AI enemies or allies in vehicles and your reinforcement count reaches around 32 to 28, they will all bail out of the vehicles and they will prioritize capturing points within the map. So next time you see AI jumping out of the vehicles in the sky and in the ground, now you know why. Overall, I really enjoyed creating this video, and I honestly totally forgot about those orbital strikes until I made the video. It's crazy how you forget about something, and then when you see it, well, it all comes back. The memories just come flooding back into your mind. Now, before I end this video, I'll share with you an extra fact, an extra little tip about this DC-15A blaster pistol that we discussed. If we go over to the Battlefront 2 classic game from 2005 and we go to the blaster pistols on all of these classes just to have a look, guess what? They are also exactly the same as Battlefront 1 from 2004. They all use the DC-15A as their secondary weapon, which is really cool. I then went over to the Jet Trooper on Battlefront 2, once I unlocked him of course, and he uses the Commando Pistol here, just like the first game does as well. The comparisons don't just stop there. It turns out it's exactly the same looking as the other blaster pistols, which means it is a DC-15A, and it just has a faster fire rate. This is exactly the same as the original Battlefront, so I thought I'd share that cool little fact with you. It's just cool that both jet troopers have both commando pistols and have that faster fire rate, while all the other ones just use the normal blaster pistol, which is the DC-15A with the default settings. I'm sure some of you hardcore fans out there 100% knew about this, so let me know in the comments below if you did or if you didn't. Now, the question is, did you forget about anything on this list, or did you remember it all? If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. I appreciate all of the support. Cheerio, everyone!